Hi everyone, this is Laura Alexiou, owner here at Steamtown Yoga, where we specialize in hot yoga and the Eastern healing arts. Today our topic again is meditation. And I want to look at that in two parts. In the first part, I want to just very briefly look at what are we trying to do in the yoga room, in short, in a very short clip, what are we trying to do? Well, really we're trying to create space. We're trying to create some space in the body. We're trying to create some physical space in the body. As we grow older, things tend to get squished a little bit. The spine gets squished a little bit. The intervertebral discs get squished a little bit. The body tends to dry out a little bit more. Things get stiff. The synovial fluid dries out a little bit. So there's a feeling of kind of squishiness in an uncomfortable way and an idea of drying out. That just naturally happens to us as part of the aging process. So through a physical practice, part of what we start to do is we start to elongate. We start to stand up a little bit straighter, which really means we learn to lift. We learn to create a little more space in our spine, a little more space in between the vertebrae. We learn to lengthen out our muscles through the stretching. We learn to get into the connective tissues. We really start to create a little bit of space in the entire physical body. Also, we start to create space in the breath. Space between the inhale, between the exhale. The length of the breath itself starts to draw out more and more. A new student may come into class and find that the breath is accelerated and labored and high and shallow, very cut off, like a panting, panicked breath. And then as you come to class more, you start to settle in a little bit more to your body. You start to feel more at home in your body, and the breath starts to elongate, and there starts to be a little more space between the breaths, between the inhale and the exhale. There also starts to come a time when you'll find more space in your mind. And perhaps ultimately, that's where we're all trying to get through our physical practice, when we can ultimately create some space in our mind, create some space in between the thoughts. We use the physical practice to give us something to focus on, something very tangible that we can say, okay, I'm trying to work through this posture, I'm trying to work a little bit through this discomfort, through the stretch, through the holding, listening to the instructor, all the things we've spoken about previously, ultimately creates a little space in your mind. And you'll find that in your practice, the mind starts to settle a little bit. The thoughts start to quiet down, and all of the chatter starts to quiet down. So if we can all agree that in class we're trying to create a little bit of space, in part 2, I want to actually take you through a very short, very simple meditation that you can do outside of class. You can do it anytime throughout your day to help you create space.